Where I'm at police headquarters, and it's just a cycle. I routinely come to these places that are prepared and waiting on me, breaking into my GPS, committing all other crimes to cover up for their criminal activity, their criminal empire, and they've taken my kids away from me out of corruption, tortured me with all these schemes, these 70-something reports they refuse, investigation and police reports to allow me to get records for. So I go repeatedly come in here for them to play games and keep covering for their crimes and my abuse, to the degree to where they're so corrupt on multiple false arrests they wouldn't even allow me to go to my own court date. That's pretty corrupt, because I do have a constitutional right to appear at court, and that was taken from me. So let's see what cons they have up today for today on why I'm not getting my records. Hello, you remember I've been trying to get my records years, remember me? Yeah, I'm still trying to get them.
How can I help you?
I just told you.
You want to go to record?
Yes, and I want to speak with a victim's advocate too.
Go right ahead.
Can I? Because I've been sitting in here hours.
Go.
Are you?
You just walked in this.
No, I've been here sitting in here hours trying to speak with a victim's advocate.
Again. Go to records, ma'am.
Can I speak with a victim's advocate?
Go to records, ma'am.
You don't want me to speak with a victim's advocate? Why would you deprive me of speaking with a victim's advocate? Are you behind my abuse?
Victim's advocate.
I'm sorry?
I'm not depriving you of speaking with a
Well, I would like to. They have before. I've never spoke with one.
I will call them down for you.
Okay, thank you.
Go ahead and go to records.
Okay, thank you. I don't know why I get bullied routinely and you guys can't find 70-something reports. I think that you should have some customer service. I fell through the cracks multiple times. So these are repeated schemes. I've been going through this years. So they leave, pretend like they're on the phone so they don't have to talk to me. I've been going through this years. There's someone supposed to be right there. He's gone. This is how the government abuses your tax dollars and how they torture your government witnesses for profit. That's why they want to investigate the 70-something reports. They're behind it. And if my abuser's not behind it and it's not domestic abuse, why am I being deprived of information, education, and support through this crisis? I believe through the stalker they want to investigate. If this is an innocent man, why do they keep playing games with me and getting combative with me because I want domestic violence advocacy and support? Why aren't they investigating all of these organizations denying me services? All of them. Why aren't they investigated why IBOC allowed me to get drug out of their church? And who that was that drugged me out of IBOC's church? And then threw me on concrete. And police were outside waiting there to taunt me and mistreat me in the process. So they have had me sitting here. He didn't want me to disclose hours to speak with the victim's advocate. They told me flat out, you're not speaking with one. And they interrupted at multiple different locations. But I don't have civil rights, and I'm trying to do this to gain them. These are their schemes, and these are crimes, felonies that are racking up. The conspiring to violate someone's civil rights is a crime. Okay, let's see what records has to say while they're playing games. Hardly no one here. Okay, there's some people waiting up there. What does it normally take for records, to get records?
Depends on what you're getting.
Well, normally.
It depends on what you're
Okay,
getting.
so.
If you have a request for an open record, it normally takes 21 business days.
21 business days? So it don't take 2 years or years?
No, ma'am.
Okay, well, they haven't populated in years. So I thought I've been really patient. Oh, she knows. She said she was going to get back to me. It never happened. She said she was going to get back to me to see what was going on with the records because police want to investigate 70-something reports.
Okay.
Can you just let her know? She should know. She said she was going to call me back, that woman right there.
Let me get all your information and then I can...
Okay. Okay, on this particular time, I initiated the contact June 9th, and it states that I'll follow up with the records I have not been able to get years. He's getting up again now that he sees me coming. Civil rights violations, openly. He was sitting there and then leaving. Now that he sees me, they like to put on their mask. No, this isn't criminal at all. She's the one that I talked to her in internal affairs. She's with internal affairs, and she covered for crimes. Now she has the time. Look, that's what they do because they're working for the abuser for domestic violence. That's the one that said, Ruff said, don't take police reports from her, and I was getting trapped on trains, assaulted. This is what your tax dollars are paying for. It's sick. They're enforcing child abuse and they want to bully for the abuser. She's still on that call, but she has enough time to record. This is a crime right here. This is criminal. You don't abuse tax dollars to taunt someone that you're victimizing for profit. These are felonies that keep getting ignored. You don't threaten to take someone to jail for reporting identity theft. And I still haven't reported it. Going to an ATM to take funds out of someone's wallet. Can you help me, sir?
What's going on?
I just want to speak with a victim's advocate, and I haven't been able to speak with one for years. They keep playing games. I don't know why they wouldn't want me to speak with
A
one.
victim's advocate for what?
I have some things going on.
Like offenses?
Yeah, like 70-something that I fell through the cracks 70 times. I don't know why police would intimidate and bully a person that's wanting to speak with a victim's advocate for years.
Okay, they're the best ones to get you with the right detective.
Okay.
I work in a completely different unit.
Well, they keep leaving and playing games and covering for it for years, so it's hard if they have an interest in keeping me in the abuse. So I kind of wanted to go over them and
Okay,
speak with a
you'd have to
victim's
talk to
advocate.
their supervisor. You have to ask for a supervisor to come down.
Yeah, I mean, what do you do when police enforce criminal activity? How do you get past the corrupt government? Because I have 70-something reports ranging from being trapped on a train, guns pulled on me, interference with child custody, child abuse, attacks, assaults, ran off the road.
And none of them have been attended to?
No, none of them. And then I want to speak with, my arrest has been threatened for buying coffee, trying to report identity theft in this building.
You've been threatened to be arrested? For
Yes, and I've
filing
actually,
offenses?
yes.
I'm not sure how to help you because they will get you to the right detective for whatever offense you have.
Well, I
Other
haven't-
than that, I can tell you exactly where to go if you have all these types of complaints. You go up to the second floor and you go to the internal affairs.
They threatened to take me to, they threatened to put me out for trying to report I was targeted.
Ma'am, that's all I can tell you to do is either you need to complain.
Why would
through
they
the
commit
internal
crimes
affairs.
like this? Why would they cover for a person getting violated to that degree, ran
Ma'am,
off
I have
roads?
no idea what you're talking
70-something.
They'll help you out.
Well, if you investigated the 70-something reports, you'd have an
I don't
idea.
investigate anything, ma'am.
I know things haven't been getting investigated for years, and that's what I'm trying to figure out. Because if by law, the law gets to a point to where they can't abide by the law. So this is what the representatives at the domestic violence organizations did. They're covering for the abuse, so they keep leaving. The bully don't want me to get access. So his goons, which is the police department, just leave. This is what some of the organizations did. I said, please, please, please help me. I fear my safety. They left. This is fleeing a domestic abuse situation that involves the government. They just leave and keep getting away with it year after year. This isn't criminal at all. Then she starts recording. She's still on this call. Disregard like the phone calls, like someone's controlling them like puppets. It's like they have absolutely no sense. Let's see what lie they have with the records. I used to get infuriated and arrest me. It's not a joke. He's still gone. He's still missing. It's not a coincidence. No, it's on purpose. She's still on pretending like she's on the phone. These are deliberate schemes. These is how the government can abuse your tax dollars and contribute to conspiracy to violate civil rights crimes. You can't prove it's on purpose. All these are just isolated incidences, right? For years. For years. I mean, well, this must be nice for every abuser. The abuser don't like the fact for me begging for my life, so I need your help, police department. Just don't let her speak to the advocate. Don't let her. It makes me feel uncomfortable. And you know what? I don't even want her having nothing to do with the domestic violence organization, so let's just blacklist her from all of them. And the churches. Anyone that could possibly have any integrity to interrupt this. Let's just keep her from, and her family too, in the process. And while we're doing that, let's just simulate these calls. And have her calling counterfeits all day begging for her life. And when no one's watching that, have them degrade her and violate her on the phone she's paying for. And while we're doing that, we'll just entice the providers just to cover for us. We're the law. What are they going to do? We just tell them don't accept, we don't help her with technical support on her phone. And of course they won't, because we're the law. Who's going to go against us? Not the churches, Not the domestic violence organizations, not the FBI, and multiple other parties I've reached out, none have. And then we had this right before COVID. Now she's off the phone. They have to hurry up and get something else going so they can intervene with me getting. Hello, ma'am.
Okay, I wasn't sure because the lady started looking at me. Okay. Okay, all right.
I just want to speak with a domestic violence advocate, and I don't know why people threaten my arrest and mistreat me when I try to get advocacy and support to get out this abuse and violate me, and then even worse, how do they keep continuing to get away with it?
Okay. All right.
No, it's not a joke. They would arrest and assault me to cover for this. I was at a domestic violence location and they assaulted me and arrested me for trying to get out of abuse there. They're not joking. This is a life or death situation. They're not playing games.
For the advocate is right here, ma'am.
Okay. I want to speak with one, because you know my calls are counterfeited. Y'all won't take the reports.
Ma'am, there's a card.
I would like to, I don't know why you're taking my rights.
Right there, ma'am.
I don't know why you would take my rights away to speak with one in
Ma'am, I gave
person.
you a card.
If you're behind hacking a cell phone network, even if it's at the government, that's criminal.
That's their card, ma'am.
I don't want the card. I want to speak with one in person.
Don't
If
worry,
you're
you
behind my
gotta talk
network
to them.
getting
You gotta
hacked,
give
that's
them a call.
criminal.
Okay. All right, ma'am.
You,
Give
at
them
one
a call.
point, why would you deprive
You
me?
have their number anyway, but there's their card right there.
No,
ma'am.
I want to
You
speak
take-
with someone in
give them a-
person. You
That's all
guys
I
know
can
my
do, ma'am.
network is hacked.
Okay.
I don't know why you continually keep covering for crimes. Hacking a phone network is a felony. And even if you're the police department, isn't that still a felony? So he's trying to force me to call. This is how you know it's on purpose. Why can't I just speak with one here if you're not a conspirator in the crime? I asked to speak with an advocate, not to get a card, to force me to speak with counterfeits like they did at the FBI. That means that they're behind whoever's on my phone counterfeiting these calls, which is a crime. I thought it was a felony. Does it change that the government's behind it? Do they not get their charges because of the law? Because this has been going on years and I've been waiting a long time for people to get their charges that never got them. So the abuser claims he's innocent. Some kind of way they keep leaving his names out the report and deny me access to an advocate and won't investigate why I got arrested at a domestic violence location and assaulted. I want to escalate to your supervisor because you guys have been committing crimes for years, violating my rights. I want to escalate to a supervisor. I would like to speak with an advocate today. I would like to escalate to a supervisor to see why you guys keep depriving me of a domestic violence advocate and why I got arrested at New Beginning and assaulted. If it's not domestic violence, why is that service being guarded? Everywhere I go, even at church. So since the law is breaking the law, let's see what they have over here with the scan with the records. So it's complicated when the law is breaking the law to violate you. So what they do when they get backed in the corner, they threaten to arrest me, which they've done before. That's why I haven't been reported for identity theft, forced me to leave, just escort me out to cover for their crimes. So what am I supposed to do? Just keep taking their torture? Getting trapped on trains, someone hitting my son with a car. These are extreme events. I think he was 14, 15. We're not talking about just little mediocre things. These are extreme events that the police department is enforcing and covering for. So how long must I get violated? Why can't I find integrity anywhere in these police departments? Even at church. I need to escalate to see why police interrupted me at police headquarters. Police interrupted me at the Family Violence Division for trying to get a protection order, and at the George Allen, and at New Beginnings, and New Beginnings Plano, and at the Stew Pot, and multiple other locations. I want to see why, if the police department is enforcing abuse. They're all gone. This is what they did at the domestic violence location. They did their garden, and they interrupted me in Grand Prairie, in Garland, speaking with the advocate. The advocate had to leave an emergency in the middle of helping me. Normally they just interrupted, but she had already started. So then she said she had an emergency and had to leave, and I never spoke with her again. I tried. I told them told her that the police said, we'll help you instead. I told them I was fighting for my life. They sent me to Plano to get help, Salvation Army. They didn't even have a shelter there. And I was seeking shelter to get off the streets. Ma'am, the police have been depriving me of law enforcement and a victim's advocate for years. I wanted to escalate the situation and speak with someone over them, and they're leaving so they don't have to assist me with speaking with the victim's advocate. They've been doing it years.
I'm sorry.
Can I know your position?
Okay. What you say?
Oh, you work here? And you can't help me get law enforcement?
They don't know what they're supposed to do.
They not doing it. So if they're leaving to prevent me from getting justice at a police department, committing crimes, and then these people get threatened to give me threatened to take me to jail for trying to report identity theft. That I told them my abuser was behind the identity theft, and they threatened to take me to jail on camera footage. No, they wouldn't investigate it. They said that they were going to take me to jail if I didn't leave. So if I can't get the law to abide by the law, what am I supposed to do? This is a police department, and I can't get law enforcement.
I did, but I don't know. That's way above me.
Yeah, it's way above multiple parties. That's why it's been going on years, ma'am. Okay, so both parties left. When the going gets tough, the tough get going. Years. They're guarding for this innocent man, they're enforcing his abuse. I've never seen the government protect an innocent man like this. Degrade the woman by putting her stuff outside of a domestic violence text in Texarkana, reporting the abuser. They refused me the service of accompaniment, then had me go on my own and put my stuff out while I was gone reporting my abuser. Can you help me? Because I've been trying to report crimes for a long time and the police keep covering for them. I just want to speak with a victim's advocate.
Oh, we're not victims advocates.
Can you help me?
They should be able
They don't want to. They've been doing this for years. I just want to speak with the victim's advocate. I don't know why they would guard them and then interrupt it at multiple different locations. There's no police that abide by the law here?
There are. I don't have the contact information for the victim.
Can you find it? Because my life is in jeopardy. I've had guns pulled on me, assaults, ran off
Let
roads.
me see if I can find
Yeah.
that for you,
Okay. Okay. Are you able to get me with a victim's advocate? Because they leave. They've been doing this years, preventing me from speaking with the victim's advocate.
I have no idea where they are. Is nobody up there?
They don't want to help me. They've been getting away with it years. They've interrupted me at shelters, and now I'm blacklisted and can't get any support at any DV organization, period.
I just work in budget and finance.
Can you help, though? Because, I can't get help in the police department. They're so corrupt. They deprive me of law enforcement. I have 70-something reports ranging from getting ran off the road, guns pulled on me, assaults, attacks, trapped on trains, getting threatened, child abuse, interference with child custody.
Is nobody sitting up here?
They do it on purpose. They leave to prevent me from. They came in Grand Prairie to interrupt. They came in Tyler to interrupt. They came when I was trying to get a protection order at Frank Crowley. They interrupted at George Allen. I'm giving you my YouTube channel where you can see a lot of this chaos.
I don't have my phone on me because I was just doing interviews, but exactly what are you trying to accomplish so that I can know?
I just want a victim's advocate. I don't know why law enforcement would be denied for me. Someone sped up and hit my son with a car, and then multiple parties speed up like they're going to hit me with a car. He was bleeding, and the police wanted to cover for it until I escalated. Then they took the report that they can't find.
Okay.
So I think that maybe the same kind of situation where my son got hit with a car is probably happening to me, where the car sped up like they were going to hit me on camera footage, and the police are denying investigation for that, and multiple other reports, and like close to 70 just for Dallas alone. Because I will get violated every day. It's a government harassment scheme to torture the government witnesses because I'm a witness. Mm-hmm. So that's why they deny me law enforcement, because they did all the chaos. So they're denying me law enforcement for what they set up. I can give you my YouTube channel. One moment. It's not, they're not able to, they're committing crimes, ma'am. Conspiracy to violate civil rights is criminal. Mm-hmm. And to conspire to violate the citizen's right is a crime.
And I'm not a sworn officer or anything. I'm just
Okay.
a civilian employee, so
Okay.
I just work in.
Well, if you can
admin.
get to have a victim's advocate come down because they keep guarding them.
Okay.
If I'm not a victim of domestic violence, I don't understand why I'm blacklisted from education and services.
Okay, I will go upstairs and I will ask somebody, and if I can get hold of somebody, I can send them down.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Supervisor. I would like to speak with your supervisor. I want to speak with your supervisor because you guys have been depriving me of speaking with a victim's advocate for years. I'm sorry?
I follow right now.
Okay, thank you. And I don't understand why that lady in internal affairs, deprived me of investigation when I reported all this chaos to her.
Okay.
So since they get infuriated and then they send out bullies. They are getting caught with the records, they're furious. The records they haven't been able to provide for years. Hello, how are you today?
Good. I just wanted to let you know that I'm checking on it to see what's going on because I do see a lot of reports.
Okay, it's not far. Okay,
So I
perfect.
just want to
And
let
are
you
they
know while you're
open now?
waiting. So you just
Thank
have
you
to
so
be
much.
waiting.
Okay, so I'm not quite sure what's happening because I've been trying to get the records years. Do you have me getting trapped on trains, guns pulled on me, assaults? Do you see any of those records?
I haven't opened them up myself.
Okay, so I've been getting records and you haven't opened them up yet?
I don't work your records. When we get records, we get them from different divisions. And what I just pulled up, I didn't open anything to go through. I'm just looking to see what they have.
You're looking to see what they have, but you don't see what they have.
Yeah, I see that they have records.
Okay, I want records of my son getting hit with a car, me getting trapped on trains on camera footage, assaults on camera footage, and my phone stolen at City Square, and all this other chaos, the gun pulled on me investigation, and all that. They didn't take the report for the identity theft. Do you see any of those? Because they gave me fraudulent documents. I already reported that to you.
Okay. Like I said, I didn't actually go in.
Can you go in?
Document.
Is it possible?
It'll take some time, some days to do that.
Okay, but you have the records now?
But what I have, I look on the computer and I see your name with numbers by it. Then I'll send them out and they can get it back to me so I can actually.
So you're saying that you don't have records for me today?
To give to you today, no.
Okay, so this process started June 9th, and it takes 21 days, and it's been taking me years. Is there a particular reason why it's been held up all this time? Years?
Actually, it don't take 21 days. You tell everyone at least 20 business days, depending on what you request. And according to the request, what you asked for, they gave you.
They gave me?
Yes.
What they give me?
That's why I'm going back.
Okay, I'm sorry, I don't understand. So I'm here to get records, and you guys want to gaslight me and say I got the records already?
I see a full release that you have records.
Okay, so that's gaslighting me here. If I came here to get records, and then you lie and slander and say I already have the records, that really don't make a lot of sense. So let's pull the camera footage back. Let's roll the camera footage back and see why they gave me fraud the first time and played games the first time, and why they are lying and saying I got records that I didn't get.
So they're not pulling out what you say that they're not right, correct?
I don't have the records, so let's roll the camera footage back and see why multiple parties are lying and keeping me for records, and there's a denied investigation for multiple reports. I told you initially there's 70-something reports the police deny investigation for. I'm targeted. All police departments do this. They gave me fraud. I told you that I had only 911 calls. I'm interested in someone hitting my son with a car, reporting to the police that CPS is covering for child abuse. The child abuse, the interference of child.
Specific, but on the form, you just put you want records from this date to this date.
We're deflecting, ma'am. The fact remains is I've been trying to get records 2 years, and you guys had those records haven't surfaced. I was told that the public records were all my records, and now you're deflecting and making excuses on why you guys are unwilling to provide me records that I at first paid for, and then now in schemes. So I want to know why you're allowing them to commit fraud, giving me fraud. I tried to report them, and they covered for it, multiple parties. You can't be so corrupt to where you just give someone fraud when they asked for their records. They did, and it was covered for by multiple parties. So we need to address that. We need to address why the records haven't populated in years.
Okay, well,
Because it looks like to me like it's corruption, and it has something to do with that special that was on the paper. So what are you willing to do for me to get my records that I've been trying to get years? And can we get to the bottom of why I witnessed other people get their records and I can't get mine?
the process of what they did. I don't know what.
Well, does it have something to do with that special being on that paper on why I can't get my records?
No, that the special was for the supervisor. That way they let me know that was for me.
Oh, because she didn't know over there at the end that special was for supervisor. She said she had no clue what it was.
Normally she doesn't get those.
Sure. Okay, so what am I going to get resolved today? Because I've been doing this years, ma'am.
Right now, I don't know if I can give you documents today. I can't say yes.
Why didn't you call me back, ma'am? That's not very good customer service. No, I've been fighting for my life trying to get records for years, and you didn't call me back.
Well, I haven't been here. I've been out.
You've been out a whole week?
Yes.
Sure. Okay, so that's what special means, to have the person that's going to cover for the crimes. Okay, ma'am, so
But
I need to get reports on the interference with child custody. Because interference with child custody is a felony. It's been going on years since she witnessed my false arrest 2018. That I'm in investigations denied for that as well.
okay, let me see if I can get them for that. That's what you look for today, just the child custody.
If that's the only one you're willing to give me, yeah. And, I would like the report. I think it's critical that my son got hit with a car, and cars have been speeding up like they were going to hit me, and I don't understand why law enforcement would cover for that and deny me a domestic violence advocate.
I don't know.
You said that last time, ma'am.
But if, like I said, if you have any complaints, you're more than welcome.
I just want resolutions, ma'am. I'm trying to get records, and I'm telling you the crisis that I'm in, and you're depriving me of records. Okay, well, they haven't surfaced for years.
Let me go check and I'll get back to you.
Okay.
Thank you.
I wanted to speak with the supervisor. What happened with the supervisor? What happened with the supervisor?
Working on it.
Okay. Are they going to bully me this time? You guys have really got yourself in hot water with the crimes and chaos you have committed. I mean, you guys have been out of control for a long time, violate me at hotel stays, banging on the door, saying get out, and nothing has happened. You have been abusing power for a long time, and it's time that you guys are investigated. So, like the enemy of the state clip, I have no clue what is causing them to target me and treat me like this. All I know is I met this guy online, and when I ended the relationship with him, they started targeting me. I don't know what affiliation he has with the government and why they enforce his abuse to the extreme to where they simulate my calls and sabotage mail. When I'm writing parties begging for my life, they interrupt the mail. That's how corrupt they are. That's a felony, but it's the government doing it, so it's ignored. I reported it to the FBI. They would not honor holds on a lot of mail. And a lot of mail, when it's something pertaining to my life progressing, does not surface. And they scheme so I never get it. Even at shelters, they sabotage my mail. And those are felonies that consistently keep getting ignored. So I'm still waiting for the records. And like I said, this is a game that we've been playing years. They know what's going on. I know what's going on. And I'm trying to help you guys see what's going on. Are you a supervisor? Okay. I'm trying to help you guys see what's going on so I can get a resolution for this chaos I've been experiencing years. I mean, I'm confused. These are felonies committed, and why can I not report them in the police department? Let me see. Because you're not supposed to deprive someone of reports. Sir, I have 70-something reports that are missing. Can I just report them today? Because I have identity theft. Why can't I report them? Because not allowing someone to do a police report is a crime. You're committing a crime if you deny me the right to make a report.
You've had several reports made. You come over to records. They talk to them every day. I'm trying to get you a supervisor, so just wait, ma'am.
Okay, so I don't understand why
today, ma'am.
Don't gaslight me, sir. You're committing a crime, and don't gaslight me and deflect to cover for your criminal activity. The phone issue. So they're committing crimes and want to gaslight me. Both the parties are on the phone. I've been going through this years. Multiple departments do these schemes and organizations. These are ways of deflecting. Then she picked up the phone, and now she put it down when there's another customer. That's how you know it was a scheme. She picked it up when I tried to talk to her. Because I see them doing it. They do this at organizations when I'm begging for my life. So she picked up the phone when it came to me, and then when another party came, she put the phone down. So if it was me, she was going to be on the phone. But since it's another person that has value, then she put the phone down. Still waiting. There's a completely, hardly no one here. It was all the parties that have got records, have gotten their records, moved on with their day, and left. I'm still waiting. Years of this chaos. Everyone has left, and they're still playing games. They have been playing con and scheme in the police department records, handing someone out. These are felonies. They have left, went on with their day. If they have kids, had a relationship with their kids, moved on with their life progress, and the police department is still enforcing crimes that happened to me. There's everyone that was in here when that they're all gone. And I'm still here trying to get records for years when they weren't handing me out fraud, getting away with it. So I don't know if all law enforcement is being denied, whether it's federal with the FBI, CIA. I don't know all the escalated law enforcement agencies, but I do know that this is highly criminal and federal crimes that are being committed. This is highly criminal. And then the evidence that they know that my phone is hacked, they keep enforcing me to call people on my phone. Why would the government do that? And hacking a phone is a crime. Is it still a crime if the government is behind it? That's what I'm asking. If the government's behind interference with child custody out of corruption and enforced child abuse, is it still criminal? Not reporting suspected child abuse in your government, that's a misdemeanor. When are they going to get their charges? If the CPS not reporting suspected child abuse, that's a misdemeanor. Let's ask them about that. They're so angry when I report crimes. Let's see if they get on the phone. He's leaving. The supervisor hasn't surfaced. She just picked it up. And she has to pick up her phone. I don't know if she's gonna, yeah.